Hey, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm on this stuff 3 minutes ago. Woj tweeted a little trade. Utah Jazz are trading Fontecchio to Detroit for a 2024 second round pick. Already at the recording station, getting it done, getting it out to y'all. Subscribe. They told me to tell it to you earlier in the video now. Subscribe. All right, let's talk about this. So Simone, I don't know if it's Simone or Simone. I don't know. I was actually just watching the Jazz and Thunder game last night. That was an awesome game and everything. Fontecchio has been a big part of the Jazz turnaround this season. And if we go and bring up like the NBA standings, I'm curious where the Utah Jazz currently fall in this. The Jazz they're still a play-in team, and there's quite a big gap from getting to the top. And are they really contending this year? No. They're on a really nice streak though. But Fontecchio, like, since they threw him into the starting lineup and kind of did more of that Keontae George, Chris Dunn, Fontecchio, John Collins, Lowry Marketing kind of combo, that's been kind of the lineup that's been really, really good for them. So I'm a little surprised to see him go. Maybe they're trying to just maximize the value for Fontecchio, but for Detroit, I love this move. I absolutely love this move. I think the idea of them bringing in like another like established veteran basketball player, even though he's only been in the NBA for 2 years himself, like just he's older, he's 27, 28 years old, something like that. Gives them another option at the wing. I hope this doesn't take away from Asar Thompson's minutes much, because I really think he should be getting those minutes, but maybe this lets them play Bogey at the 4 a little bit more. He can play the 3, but what you're getting in Fontecchio is an elite shooter, right? And just a very quality basketball player. He doesn't turn the ball over too much. He's really not used in much offense outside of spreading the floor, but that's what Detroit needs, right? And I've made the argument a couple times in this channel that Detroit, instead of really tanking this trading period because they've been so bad, like, they really just need to teach all these young guys that they have how to start winning basketball games. That's going to be a lot better for them long term than trying to bring in another young prospect and trying this all again next year. So bringing in a guy that can shoot, we see here almost 5 attempts a game, damn near 40%. Awesome, right? He brings a little bit of size. That's awesome. He's a smart basketball player. Cool, right? It's another veteran on the team, right? Put next to Bojan. I love this move for Detroit. You only gave up a second round pick, and if you're Utah, like, I guess like that's what the worth of Fontecchio is at the end of the day. I mean, he's probably in his prime athletically right now and everything, right? And maybe this is the peak value for him, and so that's why you traded him now. And the season's probably not going to get much better than where it is at this very moment. And hey, you know what? If it helps Detroit out, I'm happy with it. This is also an expiring salary as well, so Detroit must be looking to bring him back next year as kind of like a trial run. But again, like, what did we say? It was a 2024 second round pick. Like, yeah, they don't need like another second round talent on this team or anything. They've already got enough young guys that they should be looking to build around in Detroit. Obviously, you have Cade, right? You have Ivy, who I'd advocate probably needs more minutes and should be starting more often. I think Asar Thompson is awesome. I love Jalen Duren. Like, I don't think guys like Killian Hayes and like James Wiseman are the answer, and I'm probably not in a minority for that at all. I'm on Twitter. I understand like what people say about those guys. I think Isaiah Stewart's another guy that should probably be moved, but you've got enough like young pieces to where something interesting can be done with these guys. So just bringing in some vets to help them progress their game, I think is going to be really beneficial to them in the long run. Something to consider for Utah, though, is this leaves them extremely thin on the wings. You got Abaji, right? And then after that, I mean, Jordan Clarkson's more of a guard. Horton Tucker's more of a guard. Like, Taylor Hendricks isn't quite that. Sensabaugh is not a guy you want to put out there too much. Yeah, you've got relatively nothing on the wings right now. Lowry Markkanen is going to play the wing for them, and he does that most of the time, and that's probably where he's best. Well, I'd argue he's probably more effective as like a 4 or something like that, because they have him run around so many screens and stuff, which is awesome. They kind of have like the one go-to play where he's just kind of wrapping around that little elbow screen at the beginning to try and curl around and get his way working to the basket, but he's still smart enough to sometimes, if they cheat around it, to just step back, get that initial pass, and put the ball up. So I love what they do with Markkanen, and so he's just going to be the de facto wing for them at this point, and they'll try to play big with Olynyk, Walker Kessler, John Collins, and those guys, right? We presume that Olynyk's going to get moved. That's my presumption, at least. I feel like somebody's going to pay for him. But yeah, no, this is an interesting roster, so you have to wonder if maybe they try and take a wing back in one of these deals or something to try and stay competitive, because Utah doesn't like to tank. Like, they're one of those kind of like high class organizations, if you will, where like just bottoming out isn't something that they want to do. Like, they could have just traded Markkanen earlier in the year when the season wasn't going well, but they were like, nah, like, we want to just be competitive at least at all times. And honestly, I would argue that that's the best way to be. Those are the teams that are only out of the playoffs ever for like 2 or 3 years at a time, and then they find their way back in. But they're going to miss Fontecchio, though. Just a nice quality basketball player. Excited to see him in Detroit. I just want to see things get better for Detroit. I love projects and stuff. That's what I always loved about coaching. So I want Detroit to get back to playing some quality basketball, because I like a lot of those players, and I want them to get some more attention. And that losing streak that they were on, man, that was sad. That was really sad, but good for them for making a move. I think that makes a lot of sense. Utah trying to acquire some more assets, I guess, and I guess we'll see, man. I find it hard to believe that Utah wouldn't be done or would be done making moves. So we'll go from there. But yeah, short video. Just wanted to address the trades. This week's going to be a lot of trade deadline stuff, so make sure you stay tuned, subscribe, like the video. I don't like saying it either, but YouTube keeps telling me on my weekly review that I need to do it. But yeah, let's look forward to the trade deadline tomorrow, y'all. We'll see y'all later.